Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce XXV, double I.
Rome.
D-Malo.
Gruff Lion.
T-Buggy, man.
To the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
We're back. It's your favorite sports show, Gas Presents Sports for the Culture. I'm your host tonight at Bryce XXV. And as always, I got the dream team with me. Today we start with the bottom left. Introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. You know who it is. Your boy Young Rome 22 on all socials as always, man. We got a lot to get into. Lamar versus Jaden. That's why I got the Spider-Man meme shirt on. You know that's how I felt about that game. Just a little. Well, we'll get more into that in a second. Talk a little bit about Nick Sirianni. Even a little NBA talk for y'all tonight. But I gotta give a special shout out to Urban Sports Scene. Y'all gotta check me out on there tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'm gonna be a special guest on there. So definitely tune into that. But as far as tonight, man, we got a lot to get into, so let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like what you did there with the Spider-Man shirt, man. I like that. Top right, introduce yourself.
What up, man? It's Gruff. You know what time it is, man. We're ready to get into it. Ready to talk about all this stuff. NBA. This is my favorite part of the year, right? October. Feel me? You get cold out a little bit. You start getting your fall gear right. You feel me? NBA start. NFL is right in the middle of all the action. It's jumping off right now. Best time in sports.
Yeah, it very well could be. Bottom right, introduce yourself.
T-Buggy, man. Back with my original background, little throwback. Let's light it up, man. I'm back in my old school bag. You know what I'm saying? Coming with some heat tonight, fellas. Wash your hands, wash your ass. You know what time it is, man. I'm ready to go. Let's get it started, man. That Ravens game got me fired up. It's always a good week to watch the Commanders lose.
It's wild when two teams you're not a fan of get you riled up. It's a wild weekend. Must have been a great game. Must have been a great display of football.
Yeah, I was gonna say, notice the energy T came with this week versus last week when the Commanders were up big. He would start the show. Wash your ass and start the show. Like now it's gonna be. I got all this. My background is back. The Commanders lost, and I got my mojo back.
Your man got rejuvenated, dog. That's crazy. Yo, a loss rejuvenated my man. All right, let's get into it. Let's jump right into it. Commanders versus Ravens. Some said it was a litmus test game for the Commanders. Others said the Ravens, easy. Commanders, easy pickings for the Ravens. And, it was somewhere in the middle. Like the Commanders, I think, showed that they are building something, right? But they've yet to build what the Ravens have been built. I think that was on display for show. Ravens continue to prove to be class of the NFL. And right now, I would say favorites in the AFC to come out of there and make it to the Super Bowl. Instant reactions to the game, early thoughts about the matchup between Jaden and Lamar. T, we start with you, bro.
You beat the Commanders and now you instant favorites for the Super Bowl? What? What are we saying here? What are we saying here?
They was that before that though.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you, bro. I was gonna let him get his shit off, man. That's what I'm gonna let him get his shit off.
No, but they definitely they try to slice him a little bit.
Hey, look, man. When a team been losing for that long, they'll take the moral victory, man. I was wondering why. I saw all the fans on my Instagram at the bank. They was at M&T. Commanders lost, and they were still posting, but nobody was frowning. Nobody was sad. It's almost like the team expected to lose. You know what I'm saying? So the results, everybody knew what was going to happen. Everybody knew. But I will say this, man. I told you on the show, man, Lamar would win, take the points, yada, yada, yada. But the fact that the Commanders didn't go there and lay down, man. I'm used to seeing the Commanders lay down against good teams. I'm used to seeing them disappoint you in the biggest moments. So I honestly respected the fact that they went there and fought, man. Like, I was watching the game, had to step away, watch the game, but it wasn't one of those games where I felt like I needed to, like, stay away. Like, I need to stay next to the TV. Like, man, what's about to happen next? So it was a good game, and I really think it was. I know how y'all said the Lions are the 49ers' little brothers. Well, it's looking like Commanders could possibly be the Ravens' little brothers or little cousins from down the road. And that's probably not a bad big cuz to have, if you're being honest. But more on the X and O side, I thought Jaden played well again. He appears to be everything as advertised, man. It's cool to see a young black quarterback just excel like that. He's not stumbling. There's no hiccups. He's in control of the offense. That's cool. But everybody knows what happened in that game. Defense let you down once again, right? So until that defense gets some talent in, not even find their footing, because I think this is the most footing you'll see out of that team. Until they get a little bit more talent in there, they'll probably be slightly above 800, maybe a 9-win team, 10 if you get a few breaks, which is really good. I'm honestly, I talked a lot of trash, but I'm honestly happy for the trajectory of that franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I think you made a real interesting parallel there with the big brother parallel there, because I really do agree that it seemed like the Lions were in that same mold as the 49ers. And yeah, I think it was really on display in that game that the Commanders are trying to build something similar to what the Ravens have, right? It's pretty clear there. So yeah, nice point there. Rome, let's get an opposing thought on this, right? Obviously, T is coming from a certain mindset when it comes to Commanders, and you're coming from a totally different one, man. So what was your reaction? I know you got the Spider-Man shirt on. What do you think about the Jaden Lamar matchup specifically? And how did you think, like, in comparison, Jaden looked to Lamar, who's been MVP of this league?
I mean, I think Lamar in that game especially looked like the front runner for MVP this season, and I think Jaden looked like a future MVP without question. Both the touchdown passes to Terry were on point. The first one, he looks at one receiver, he's not open, goes back to Terry, throws a dot. Second one, Terry even said that they called it basically at the line, based it off how the player was covering them. That's why you get the pump fake, and then the second part with the perfect pass. Like Terry and Jaden are in sync. Terry's never had a QB like that. Terry's on pace to break his touchdown numbers. He's going to do some crazy things. So as far as the Jaden Lamar matchup, I thought it was incredible. But I guess my hot take from it would be that Jaden right now, as a rookie, looks light years ahead of Lamar when he was 6 games in, right? So I would even go as far as to say is the trajectory for Jaden is even higher than Lamar. The poise, the confidence, and I mean, I know they're gonna say, "Oh, you're a homer," all this, but based off what we've seen from Jaden, I have no reason to not feel that way. Like T even said, Jaden played fine. We'll let you down. The defense, the same thing I said at the beginning of the season. The secondary is garbage. You know what I mean? It's one of the worst secondaries, if not the worst secondary in football. Benjamin St-Juste being your number one corner. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get Lamar Jackson throwing for 300 yards, which he very rarely does. So that's what's gonna happen when you have the secondary that you have. To T's credit, he's correct on that again. Unless they do some type of big change, sign someone, trade for someone, that's what you're gonna get out of that defense. But the other piece to it is Lamar finally has a closer in Derrick Henry. Because even when the game started to get close again, and it felt like, oh, maybe the Commanders really do have a chance to, shock the world or something. Derrick Henry said, He put all that shit to rest real quick with that 28-yard run. And for the most part, he had kind of a quiet day, but that's how he gets you. Body blows, and then the knockout at the end. So my biggest takeaway from that game was the Ravens looked poised to make a run for the Super Bowl. And that my biggest takeaway was Ravens fans weren't concerned about the Commanders, right? That was a big game from the Commanders side. For the Ravens, that's just week 6, and we're on to the next one, Monday Night Football. We're looking on to the playoffs and more. So the Commanders got a long way to go as far as the team wise, but as far as Jaden compared to Lamar, Jaden's already right there.
Oh, he ended that with us with some spicy talk, bro. Because I was with you, and then my man saved that last line. He saved his best line for last. He said, "As far as that Jaden and Lamar talk. Jaden is already there. Hey, man, I love to hear it, bro. And I can't say I all the way agree with that, but I'm almost there with that. Like, I feel like Jaden, you made a great point. I feel like
Who
with his trajectory. His trajectory is up there with Lamar's, if you ask me.
who made the more difficult throws in that game?
Was that?
Who made the more difficult throws in that game?
The degree of difficulty for Jaden was through the roof, but Lamar was finding wide open people, so I can't take anything away from him for that. You know what I mean? But I think both quarterbacks definitely played well. But I was waiting for somebody to make this point wrong. Derrick Henry, bro. How many years have I been telling y'all that Derrick Henry the best back in football? While y'all have switched y'all's opinions up, you know what I'm saying? One year y'all feel like it's this person, next year it's Saquon, next year it's whoever, man. I've been telling y'all since we started this show. Derrick Henry been the best back in football. Nothing's changed since we started this show, bro. And we've been going for years now. Him with Lamar Jackson is almost unstoppable, bro. I remember I came on this show one time, this was years ago, and I told y'all, if you give Derrick Henry over 20 carries, I think I might have said 25, but if you give him over 20, 25 carries, you're not going to lose any games. You're not going to lose the game, bro. And the Ravens came out in their first game. I don't know what the hell they were trying to prove, but they gave Derrick Henry a couple carries. What, they playing, like the Raiders or somebody, in one of their first couple, and they lost on some fluke shit.
Yeah.
And Derrick Henry had like 10, 11 carries. Ever since, bro, they give me a man 20 carries, bro. And he's running right. The thing about Derrick Henry is similar to Lamar Jackson, similar to Jaden Daniels, like quarterbacks that can extend the play and then throw a bomb over everybody's head, or a quarterback that can take an 80-yard run. Like, Derrick Henry's big plays, his splash plays are demoralizing for a defense, bro. Because you're just looking up like, it ain't shit we can do. Like, we can do everything right, and then this dude just runs through everybody, man. Like, it's demoralizing. I think that for 4 quarters is tough for any team. Scrub, what do you think about the Commanders-Ravens game? Obviously, it was a big game. It's one of the first games in recent Commanders history that a regular season game that people actually cared about, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Scrub, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it was a great game, man. I was there. I saw it firsthand. Agree with T's take. Couldn't take my eyes off the game. Sometimes you start chatting and shit. Nah, you locked in. You watching every play. I was half watching the Eagles game too. I was locked in every play. Lamar looked good. Jay Daniels looked just as good in a way. They're on the same level. He can play. He can hang with the boys. You feel me? He's allowed to hang out, like you said. I like the cousin, little brother metaphor. That was good. Difference in the game to me was Derrick Henry and the ability to not defend Derrick Henry, because that's what it was. Like, they could not defend Derrick Henry, and also obviously we know that they can't cover nobody. So, but the Derrick Henry thing was bad. So, like, Derrick Henry was beating them down, man. Everyone, he had that play at the end, he broke them. Like, it was done after that. Besides that, though, Ravens made a lot of mistakes. Made a couple mistakes, to keep the Commanders in the game. Credit to the Commanders for making the plays, though. Zach Ertz signing, they a football team, man. They're a football team, man. They're not bad. But yeah, they got some ways to go. You know what I'm saying? They ain't built overnight. I heard somebody with the same take. I talked to a couple fans over there, 2 different kind of Commanders fans. The young ones that got the hope, fresh off the hope train, and they said the same thing. Trajectory is like higher than Lamar Jackson's. And I was like, that's crazy. And that's before the game he said this. And then the game, I felt vindicated. I said he was going to compete. That he did. But at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP. You feel me? So, like, I won't say my blessings to you, Jaden Daniels. But if you win 1 MVP, that's great for him, bro. But for him you say you're going to have a higher trajectory than a 2-time MVP, that's tough, man. So that's big shoes, man. So let the kids play football, man. You feel me? But yeah, I think he's a good player for sure. But let's chill with all that.
I'm gonna respond to that right quick.
Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, so I'm gonna let the kids play football. That's what I want them to do, because Jaden is a very focused young man, and I'm gonna talk the shit for him. See, that's what I'm here for. I'm on Sports for the Culture to talk that shit for Jaden, so he can focus on football, and I'll let you and the rest of the world know that the trajectory actually is on par, if not higher than Lamar, and really any other QB that you want to compare him to. It's tough to compare success. So when I say he's on par with Lamar, do I mean he's going to win 3, 4, 5 MVPs? I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball. If I knew what was going to happen in the future, I'd be a billionaire already. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, if you watch the tape, if you watch the games, what Jaden's doing as a passer is what Lamar just started doing like last season. So if Jaden's able to do that in year one, that tells me that Jaden's going to have a lot more longevity because he's not going to have to run as much and he's going to be able to work from the pocket a lot sooner than Lamar was in his career. So you can all say you're a homer, all you want, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm probably not. So we'll see how it pans out down the road.
Right,
Yeah, but
that's
I'm
a
sure
great
like
point. That's a great point, Ron. Lamar just found his pocket presence. Let's keep it a buck. I shouldn't say just. I'd say I wouldn't say he just found it last year, but maybe for a couple years now. But Jaden coming, off the rip with this type of pocket presence and this type of accuracy from the pocket, bro. There haven't been many quarterbacks outside of C.J. Stroud in recent years, maybe at Andrew Luck, that have shown that much pocket prowess this early. T Scrub. Look like T and Scrub got something to say to that. You know what? I even throw Brock Purdy in there. He proved it pretty early too, but not many guys that have done that.
yeah, I put him on par with Stroud. I feel like that's I'm good with that.
When they say Homer take, is that like short for Homer Simpson? Like that's that type of take where it's like we expect to hear that from a Homer Simpson. You know what I'm saying? Not Lisa, Homer. Like, bro, Lamar trajectory is crazy work. That's the worst take I've heard since Trae Young was on Steph Curry's trajectory. You know what I'm
And
saying?
another thing is Lamar's still young. He only 27. You acting like he's 36.
We gotta readjust the telescopes. The trajectories are crazy right now. All right, I don't know what people are looking at. All right.
This is the same guy that sent in the group chat his QB list, Pat Mahomes and then Brock Purdy number 2. But we want to talk about Homer Simpson though.
I'm looking at the numbers. Brock Purdy leads the league. You know what I'm saying? Brock Purdy's at the top. Brock Purdy's at the top of the league. Like, I don't know what
we got that head-to-head coming up this weekend too. Brock Purdy versus Pat Mahomes.
Lamar's only 4 years older than Jaden Daniels. So with all due respect, Jaden Daniels, that's a grown ass man. You feel me? Like, you feel me? I take it back what I said, bro. He like 24. So like, you feel me? You ain't gonna hit me with all this like, oh, he that far ahead. He not yet. You're right. He about 3 years difference. That's what it is.
I told you boys, Lamar couldn't throw a football in the first place. I told you boys from day one, he was not a great thrower of the football. He's become better. I'd give him the last year or so, the back half of last season, this season, he's throwing the ball a little bit more accurately. I still don't trust him to win a game with his arm. Throwing for 300 yards on St. Juicy, it means absolutely nothing. I could have went for 250 on him. You know what I'm saying? But to say Jaden is going to approach Lamar, Jaden's already a better passer, but so is another 8 guys in the league. But that doesn't win you games, right? Lamar has some intangibles that I don't know if Jaden has just yet, right? Because Jaden is still 0-2 against good teams. Who has he beat?
He's 0-2 against teams over 500.
The Bengals.
But I mean, we could do the who has he beat.
So let's
you beat who's on your schedule? Who have the Eagles beat? Who have the 49ers beat? You know what I mean? Like, you beat who's on your schedule.
You do, but he didn't beat everybody on his schedule. He actually lost. You know what I'm saying? When one team needed to play, that team got to play. The other team didn't get to play. That's kind of how that game went, right? The team that made the big play at the end won the game. All right. And in these big battles, when you see Mahomes and Allen and the big quarterbacks go head to head, it's kind of who gets the ball.
but what you saying is unfair though, T. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Because you are putting every ounce of blame on a team that has not won in 25 years, right? And now you're putting every ounce of blame for every loss that they've taken this year solely on Jaden Daniels. Logically, that just doesn't make any sense, bro. And then you're comparing them to teams that have had their quarterback for the last 5 or 6 years and have built around their quarterback's play style, right? While you're talking about Washington, who's in the first year of doing this. So really, we're at a point where right now, Jaden Daniels gets credit for the win. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Jaden Daniels gets credit for the wins, but I don't really put I don't really put the losses on him like that, bro. Because I watch the games and I see that without Jaden Daniels, you know what we are? We're a 2-win football team. We get Jaden Daniels. Without Jaden Daniels, you need to draft Jaden Daniels. With Jaden Daniels, we're 4-2 through 6. And we're talking about 4-2 through 6 for a team that has not built around him at all. A team that's still holding $121 million of cap space that they refuse to spend, right? Because they're trying to see what they have in their quarterback this season. So it's not apples to apples comparisons when you just say, yeah, well, Jaden Daniels hasn't beat everyone on his schedule because, like, yeah, no, the Commanders haven't. And without Jaden Daniels, the Commanders may not have beat anyone on their schedule.
All right, let me help you out.
That's a fact.
Maybe my eyeball test is wrong. Let's look at some historical facts. Cliff Kingsbury traditionally starts games well, starts seasons well, and then teams catch up. That's why he ended up on your team. That's a trajectory that's been proven true multiple times. If we're looking at trajectories, that's the one you might want to be eyeballing while you're walking around for you spending your hard-earned money on your Commanders gear.
Hey, look.
How many finance spreadsheets you gotta do to buy a Commanders hat?
I'm just the guy who watches sports shows, and I watched this one sports show called Sports for the Culture, and a dude by the name of T Boogie was the one that told me Cliff Kingsbury got a chip on his shoulder because before he had a quarterback that played video games, and now he's got a quarterback that's focused. So I'm feeling like the trajectory for Cliff Kingsbury might be a little different than before. You know what I mean? Like he's got more experience. He's got a better quarterback. He's in a different organization, and most importantly, he's not the head coach. He's just the offensive coordinator, so it's less responsibility, easier to get in his bag. So I'm not worried about him cooling off towards the end of the season. Maybe if he was the head coach, I would be, but not in this role.
Okay, I mean, right now, I think the Commanders still have the hottest offense, but I'm just gonna say. I don't want to dog the team, kick their back in, nothing like that. I just do want to say that if they start to struggle on offense, I'm not gonna be surprised. By week 9.
You know why I agree with that though? I agree with that because they have Terry McLaurin and Brian Robinson, and after that, most people can't name another weapon on the Commanders. All right, name another one. Like after that, there's really let's just like, bro. We watch football, so I'm not about to play the like, hey, how many players can we name game with people that watch the league every week? That's not my point here. Like, let's stick to the point. We're talking about teams that go out there with Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, McCaffrey, right? Teams that go out there with Brown, Adams, Saquon. Like, what are we talking about, bro? We got Brian Robinson and Terry McLaurin. If you want the Austin Eckler on there, fine, bro. If we want to stretch it, a little bit, cool. We get the Austin Eckler on there. But there's no one else you could put on there. Even if you try to stretch it, bro. There's no one else you can put on there. You can't put Noah Brown on there. You can't put Zacchaeus on there. Like, let's keep it a buck. So what are we talking about, dog? Like, think about what, like, in baseball, there's a stat called WAR, wins above replacement, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if football has this type of stat, but it's supposed to show you how shitty your team would be without you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jaden Daniels would be the number one when it came to that type of stat right now, bro. Because without him, we know what Washington has, bro. And you would need literally a top 3 quarterback to make that shit work. And Jaden's making it work. And I'm honestly shocked over it. But I wouldn't be shocked if we don't end the season on top of the division or even with a winning record, to be honest, because it's just, I don't know how sustainable it is to put everything on one rookie quarterback's shoulders for the entire season and see how far it goes. I mean, if we get him some help at the deadline, maybe. But if not, I agree. We probably will eventually flame out, dog, or something. You know, it's just.
I mean, I think it's being undersold. Brian Robinson's value, the run game. Really, the run game was a huge chunk of Jaden's success and why he was even able to pass the way he was. You see what happens when Brian Robinson was out. It gets a little harder. And he was up to the challenge, to be honest. He still didn't look bad even without a run game. So that's really why I'm so high on Jaden. But
who do you guys have?
Panthers.
We got the Panthers, so it's a get-right game, hopefully. See, that's the game that's really going to tell me something, bro. Like,
we got the Panthers, Bears, Giants.
What's that?
Panthers, Bears, Giants next three.
Yeah, that Panthers game gonna show me something. Like we go out there and steamroll the Panthers like we had been before we saw the Ravens, then maybe we serious. But we go out there and play with our food, then like we just like everybody else in the league. That's not the top 2 or 3 teams.
Hey man, y'all looking at 1 and 2, but we'll see.
Hey, I'm gonna talk more about that Panthers game on the urban sports scene tomorrow. But look, that's the Darryl Green retirement jersey game. So if you think anything other than burgundy and gold rolling over the Panthers is gonna happen, then you're bugging.
Okay.
If you think Andy Dalton and the Red Rifle are about to come into DC and do anything on Darryl Green's return, come on now.
In fact, I would wager that one of them bum ass corners gets mauled for a touchdown on Darryl Green's jersey hanging
by who?
By Xavier Legette. If I had to place an anytime touchdown on FanDuel, that's the one.
We're gonna see, bro. We're gonna see. I just need my Commanders to show up, man, and not get. I don't want to see a close game with the Panthers, bro. Let's beat them like we're supposed to. We'll see though. Let's move on though, bro, because this is not a Commander show. Let's move on to the rest of the league, man. Whole lot of things happen. NFL is it's the best television show around, bro. I mean, every week it's just unpredictable and it's predictable at the same time. But this week we saw a lot of blowouts in the league. Kind of looking back at some of these scores, I mean, there's some real crazy numbers here. So let's go through a couple of them, man. One game I want to get you guys' opinion on is the Lions, bro. Obviously, the Lions blew out the Cowboys 47-9. It got ugly. Low-key, it got disrespectful, bro. I mean, they putting old linemen at receiver, running routes. That shit was crazy, bro. Like, the image of the old lineman spread out at the receiver looks crazy. And he looked like he was low-key in the stands. Like, he was just, like, serious about it, too, bro. Like, he was taking that shit serious. Hey, shout out to him, man. He did not catch a pass from there. But embarrassing stuff, man. And it seemed like they was rubbing it in a little bit, if you ask me. And the football guys don't like ugly because in the process, they lost their best player. Well, one of their best players. So now, do we have to reevaluate, like, how we look at the Lions and, you know, their Super Bowl hopefulness? Do we drop them down a peg because they lost Aiden Hutchinson? How are we feeling about the Cowboys losing 47-9, which is, you know, downright embarrassing? 2021 Alabama scores out there. Scrub, what do you think about this game, man? And how do you feel about Aiden Hutchinson, you know, going down for the Lions?
I mean, I feel like my assessment of these teams was accurate. It told me a lot about these teams. I said the Lions were a Super Bowl pick. That's my Super Bowl pick. Detroit Lions. They look like a Super Bowl pick. They look damn good. They was beating the Cowboys' ass, man. And I said the Cowboys was mid. Low-level mid. Not high. Not high. I seen them. I seen Dallas play, bro. I seen them play against the Ravens, bro. They up and down team, man. They on some bullshit for real. But yeah, nah. The Aiden Hutchinson thing is that's a tough loss, man. But I think they should go in and get some reinforcements. Maybe go get an edge rusher. Maybe go, you know, as you see these trades happening, you invested good on your picks. I'll say the Detroit Lions have hit on every pick in the last 3 years. So, like, you know, maybe they don't want to trade a pick. I get it. But, like, this is a hell of a team. And you want to make a run right now. So I say go for it. Like, maybe go get you an edge rusher. Whoever's on the market. I'm sure someone's on the market or will be.
Yeah, you might be right. They might have to replace that firepower they lost from Aiden Hutchinson. Maybe a guy like Hassan Reddick could fill those shoes. Who knows? But
I heard some wild stuff about Reddick, but yeah, maybe.
It's a big loss though, man. It's a major loss. And that injury, I don't really like talking about injuries, bro. Except the time where I yelled out no contact. My apologies, T Boogie. But I don't really like talking about injuries, but bro, that one was like ugly, bro. That shit looked like my man's leg looked like it was made out of styrofoam or something. Like it was, I don't know, bro. That was gruesome. T, what you think, man? You think that the Lions are still Super Bowl favorites without Aiden Hutchinson? Because he, to me, is like on that level of like a Bosa, TJ Watt. Maybe not quite there, but right beneath it. You know what I'm saying?
No, he
How big of a loss is that?
he's there. Like, that's a huge loss. That's the type of guy you anchor your defense around. You build your scheme around him being able to, win some one-on-ones. You try to create some matchups, or even if you double team, trying to free up some other guys. So that's a huge loss, man. You saw it on the coach face, you saw it on the player's face. And to lose a guy that way while you're up that amount, like you said, man, I am a person that believes in karma, but I also do think it's the NFL. Play better. Like, you don't want to get blown out. You know what I'm saying? Come to play. So I'm not mad that they try to run up the score, but that's a tough pill to swallow if you're a fan. But I think the Lions, I don't know, man. I don't think you can replace that. I don't think there's a free agent you can go get to replace Aiden Hutchinson. I think what you'll end up seeing is the Lions in a lot of shootouts. I think now games that I thought that they would absolutely win. I thought they would beat the Bucks in the playoffs. I thought they run through the Saints in the playoffs. Now some of these games, man, like they gonna be being true dog fights. You know what I'm saying? They be fighting for their life, trying to just outscore people because their secondary isn't that good. But
Street saying Lions trying to target Max Crosby.
Man, that would be crazy. When Aiden come back, that'd be one of the craziest pass rushing duos of all time, bro.
That'd be a good addition for anybody. And that would help. I don't think Max is Aiden, but I think that's a good pickup. But yeah,
different players.
I would imagine their FanDuel odds just went up to win a Super Bowl.
Who?
The Lions.
You mean down, bro?
Or
they
down.
should have went down. I'm about to say, okay.
My bad, down.
Yeah, got to. That's a good point. Vegas gonna tell us what we need to know, right? I think you're right on that though, because if I was Vegas, I would definitely shoot those odds down after seeing Aiden Hutchinson go down. I think that's a huge loss, man. I think it's bigger than a lot of fans probably realize, like right now. Ron, what you think, bro? The Dallas, like, we getting a lot on the Lions side of things, but in touch on the Lions, as you want. But I also want to hear about Dallas a little bit, Ron. Like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think Dallas this loss meant for Dallas, bro? 47-9 is not like that's like worst team in the league type of loss, bro. Like,
yeah,
like,
all right, real
L, bro. That's like y'all suck. L, like, yeah, you got to lose.
Real quick on the Lions, Aiden Hutchinson. It's a huge loss, but I feel like the Lions are the perfect team for the next man up mentality. They're the kind of team that'll probably rally around that. You can't really make up for the production, but I feel like they got the coach and the staff to like use that type of thing as motivation and to play for Hutchinson. But as far as Dallas, bro, man, like it's literally crumbling for the Cowboys, man. Like they paid CD, they paid Dak. Now you got these players for longer, more money, and you didn't get any better. You actually got worse. Like y'all, the Cowboys are terrible. They could be the worst team in the league, especially with Parsons and Lawrence out. Now you got no pass rush. You got decent corners, but you know what I'm saying, they're gamblers, so they can be beat. Like, it's not the Cowboys are a mess, man. Yeah, they could very well wind up being the worst team in the league. But then I don't even know what they're going to do because they already tied themselves to Dak and CD. So it's not like they're tanking for Shador anymore. So who knows, man? You got Jerry lashing out at radio hosts, trying to take people's jobs on the air. Like, it's crazy times. I just got to say, as a Commanders fan, it's very nice to see the Cowboys struggling with an abusive owner. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't say that I feel bad for Dallas fans.
Yeah, Jerry out of pocket right now, but I think you make a good point there, Ron, because it's like, bruh, the Cowboys are top heavy as hell, bro. The Cowboys remind me of like the American economy, right? The American wealth gap, where we've got all these big wigs at the top with all this money. We just got a dwindling middle class. The middle class is shrinking. It's all poverty. You know what I'm saying? That's reminds me of the Cowboys. It's like they got a few rich players up there, and everybody else is poverty, bro. It's like they got the top. They got Micah, CD, Dak, and it's like, bruh, whoever else, man, Dowdle and the rest of them cats. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's gonna be a long season for the Cowboys, bro. They find a way. They find a way. We're gonna see what Dak really worth, right? When you give a quarterback a big deal, now it's all on them to deliver. Do you think Dak can deliver to you?
I actually like Dak. I'm a fan of Dak. I think he's a decent quarterback. But I think that roster is poorly constructed. I think that is a roster where the top guys are a little bit overrated, except CD. But those corners overrated. Marcus Lawrence overrated. Michael Parsons overrated. But their role players are underrated in my opinion. So that kind of balances the ship. But man, that roster overall is just not that good, man. Some of these receivers that catching passes for them I've never heard of. They got names that sound like fullbacks. Like, don't they got a guy named Tolbert? It sounds like a fullback. I don't want to throw the ball to Tolberts. You know what I'm saying? Get a name like Williamson. Something that sounds fast. You throw the ball to Tolbert. Like, you're not gonna win like that. Tolbert and Polk. Like, we not tight end names. Not gonna win like that, man. I'm just being serious. You know what I'm saying? Look.
Nah, they do be having some weird names.
But how does a team go from 12-5? You know what I'm saying? To this,
bro, like, the league changes fast. The dynamics change. Contracts change players. You know what I'm saying? That hunger, that reminds me.
I like that. Contracts change players. That's a bar.
And I feel like that's a team that's more focused on players getting paid than actually winning games.
That's so true.
Bad franchises. So I just think this team needs a total rebuild. They'll never win a championship with Dak. Even if they win a division, they'll just be the Cowboys, bro. Like, as long as they're kind of in the, well, we can't say his name. He's like Voldemort, but they're kind of in the name of that former owner. Where, like, as long as this guy has the reins, they just won't. They won't be what they could be. He's holding them back. So,
bro, that might be the hardest thing for a GM to actually do is decide. Damn, bro. Cause I really like that line, bro. Like,
hey, hold on.
Change players.
One second. Not to cut you off. D Money, he just put a comment in. I told D Money, I might have said this on this show. I said it in person. I said, bro, everybody named Jaden is a dog.
No, I thought you said Jalen, though. I'm pretty sure it was Jalen, bro.
It was Jalen. It was Jalen. It was Jalen. It was Jalen.
Jaden's and Jalen's, my guy.
Yeah, it was Jalen, 100%.
It's close enough.
No. We ain't doing that, man.
Don't run the tape.
Credit for every Jalen, but I'm not giving you no credit for Jaden Daniels, my guy.
All right.
Contracts change players, bro. That might be the hardest thing for a GM to do, is to decide who to give the contract to, bro. Because, like, contracts really change players, and that's going to decide your team. Like, who you give those big contracts to are the guys that are going to make or break your roster, and they're going to be the guys that build your culture. And you give one of them big contracts to the wrong guy. I think we had a conversation about George Pickens in the group chat not too long ago, and somebody in the group chat said Pickens going to get that second contract. No, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It depends what team you play for. You know, if you play for a team that's not used to having talent, then yeah. But if you play for a team that getting talent regularly, they might not give a second contract to a guy that they don't believe in their mentality fully. I like that bar though, man. Contracts change players. Any other comments on the Cowboys game before we get out of here? Cowboys versus Lions.
No, I didn't think that game meant much for either team. Business as usual.
Yeah. Well, I did mention George Pickens, so let's jump into the Steelers real quick, man. There's some rumors that Russell Wilson may have supplanted Justin Fields as the Steelers starting quarterback. Bad news for anyone in Dynasty League. Look at Scruff shaking his head. Bad news for anyone in Dynasty Leagues that felt like they got a bargain bin pickup by grabbing Justin Fields.
It feels personal.
I don't like it though, bro. I mean, they 4-2. Why ruin what y'all got so far, bro? Like, were they 4-2 at this time last year? I don't think so, man.
Nah.
I mean, what y'all think about Russell Wilson supplanting Justin Fields? Ron, starting with you, man.
I mean, from what I heard, they might be like switching drives, or they might just have a package for us. I personally think Mike Tomlin is trying to, you know what I'm saying, swerve everybody. I think he's trying to go into it. I heard the reporter said for the open part of practice, one drive it was Russ, the next drive it was Fields. So like truly nobody really knows like who may start as of right now. So I think he's just trying to, you know what I'm saying, play it close to best. And I don't see why you would play Russ right now. Justin Fields has done nothing to lose the job. Once he does, I can see them going to Russ, but Justin Fields hasn't really been turning the ball over. Has he played outstanding? No, but he's done enough to get them in position to compete in that division, which is tough enough. So
Yeah, I kind of viewed it the same way you explained it, man. Like, why get rid of something that seems to be working? Is it perfect? No, but we saw Russ in Denver, and if you get that, you might lose a team. And Mike Tomlin's never lost a team, but you know, why replace what y'all got going on? I don't know. Scruff.
Hey,
Oh,
listen,
go ahead, T.
do you want a 2022 Honda Accord or a 2010 S550?
I need a Honda Accord.
The smart man wants the Honda Accord. But how many girls you getting in the Accord, baby? I mean,
Smart one.
On a serious
one smart one.
That's all you need. That's all you actually need in life. But on a serious note, I think that this is a situation where Tomlin is a player's coach, right? And those type of guys, you need trust and respect. Like that's who you are, right? If you told Russ that, bro, you're gonna have the job, and he gets hurt, and you tell him, hey, when you get back healthy, we're going back to you. I don't care if Justin Fields goes 6-0 and plays great. Like, you don't want to lose that in the locker room where people start saying, well, maybe coach can be compromised. You know what I'm saying? If you throw Russ out there and he loses, right? Now we can say, hey, bro, we tried it. We tried it. You ain't look right. You ain't play right. But if you don't throw him back out there, could be a situation where you lose the locker room one way, or at least split the locker room.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And that's kind of how I'm seeing it too, bro. Like, you split that, and it's tough to say like Mike Tomlin could lose a locker room because it just never happened. And so many wild things have happened to the Steelers over the year. I mean, they had AB on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Mike Tomlin never lost the locker room. So you would think if anybody could kind of navigate this awkward situation as a coach, it'd be him. But why risk it? I don't get it. I don't know, Scrub.
Hey, they said you got two quarterbacks, you got none.
That's a fact. That's always been a fact. One of the oldest facts of the NFL, bro. You got two QBs, you don't got nothing.
Yeah, this is puzzling to me, man. It's puzzling to me, man, because it's like you guys are 4-2, playing pretty good football, right? Like, so why would you want to switch things up when you could risk messing up the momentum, messing up the locker room? It's just a bad idea. And Mike Tomlin doesn't take me as the kind of guy that will want to shake shit up just to shake it up. So I'm very surprised by this. But he must be seeing something that we're not seeing.
That's what I say. I do wonder, because I haven't watched too much of them. What does the tape look like? Is the OC and the coaching staff in there looking like, I mean, we scored 17, but we had 30 points, so we missed a couple explosives.
That's what
this is the thing, though. My question to that would be, can Russ give you those plays that Justin Fields may be missing? Because even though Fields isn't hitting the 30-yard deep pass, he's finding a way to scramble and still keep you alive, get you the first down. So to Bryce's point, it's not pretty. It's definitely not perfect. But like the last we saw Russ, he wasn't hitting those plays either. He was holding the ball, running around, getting sacked. So is that an upgrade? Because I don't think he's going to move nearly as well as Justin Fields.
Bro, it's insane to me.
Who's got the higher ceiling? That's really that's what the coach got to look at, is who do I feel like my team's ceiling is higher with, right?
Yeah.
And Mike Tomlin, and you also got to think, we got to put some historical context in on this, right? For the past few seasons, the Steelers have had quarterback play that can only net them about 17 points. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how they've been winning games the past 2-3 years. It's been 17, 13, you know what I'm saying, 22, 16 wins. You know what I'm saying? Like real low-scoring games where their quarterback's barely giving them a touchdown or two. And for them to be getting that same thing now, he might be looking like, let me at least see what this guy's got, and let me see what the ceiling is. I don't know.
The offense plays like 1970. That's a good point, D-Money. Like, it's a very, like, It's a very old school offense. Like they I can't really see them putting up more than 21, 24 max in a game. And maybe Tomlin doesn't feel like they can win like that come playoff time. So
I would
they
say,
might they
is
might
it
need Russ.
offense or does it just look like that because, bro, they can't even throw the ball to the number 2 receivers. Like,
Because the
bro,
number 2
man,
receivers aren't good, T.
nah,
Who's
man.
their
Like,
number 2 receivers?
I mean, who's the number 2
That
receiver in
sound a
New
lot
England?
like the Cowboys. They look a lot like the Cowboys on the wide
I mean,
receiver shelf.
if when
They
I
got
watch
one
the
good
Steelers,
receiver.
it feels like Fields is looking at this first read is not there, and then he's running, and it's working. So like,
And
while
what's
that
wrong
might
with
not
that?
be sustainable long term, it got them to 4-2. I
They
don't know if you
scored
could just
2
switch.
touchdowns on the ground with Justin Fields getting them the ball. That gives them a red zone offense. What the fuck are you going to do in the red zone with Russell Wilson, bro? If he's not hitting them shits, they're done. They're cooked. How are they going to do it? If he better be slinging that shit, bro. If he don't come in there slinging that shit, I'm questioning Tomlin's decision.
They also don't have a good O line either. So that might be another reason to keep Fields. Fields might be able to operate with a poor O line better than Russ because Russ needs time, as we've seen.
Bro. If they put Wilson back in there, bro, they doing Fields dirty, bro. They doing them dirty, bro. But I
But
hope it's a smoke screen. I hope it's a smoke screen, like Rome said,
if
because
you,
this shit don't. I feel like I'm being punked, bro. Like for real, bro. Shit don't make sense.
I don't know, man.
Well, let's jump around the AFC a little bit, man, and let's go to let's talk about the Jets real quick, bro. Because Aaron Rodgers, man, Aaron Rodgers got his hand on the future of the Jets right now, and whatever he's saying is going, bro. It's like he's just manipulating that team, and he gets on his interviews and he says, "Nah, I don't got no power over here." Just plays it cool. Interesting stat, man. Last year at this time, the Jets had put up 113 points and were 3-3 under leadership of Zach Wilson. This time this year, the Jets have put up 113 points, but are 2-4 under the leadership of Aaron Rodgers, bro. So who was really the problem here? I'll let y'all be the judge, man. Question is, does Aaron Rodgers have too much power, and where do we see the Jets going from here? T, we start with you, man.
Bro, A-Rod is terrible, man. He's terrible. Like, and it's not because he can still throw the ball. He can still throw the ball. He can't move like Braun. He is. He can still throw the ball, but he can't move. He can sit and duck in the pocket. Yeah, firing the head coach is clearly affected defense. I don't understand letting one guy run your organization. Brady didn't even have that much power. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brady had a lot of power, but come on now, firing coaches, bringing in players from other orgs during the season, like that's crazy. Throwing the ball to Allen Lazard, we got better receivers out there. Aaron Rodgers doing some insane stuff out there, man. Yelling at girl at the young receivers. What's his name? Wilson. Like, bro, like this is the thing that kills me the most about Aaron Rodgers and why I think it won't work. His body language is terrible. Every negative play, he's rolling his eyes, he's frowning, he's putting his head down, he's hands on his hips. Nobody wants to play for a guy like that. Nobody. He just got in a press conference and blamed Mike Williams for not running the red line. You know what I'm saying?
Nasty.
Nah, but for real though, Mike Williams dropped a couple balls last night, and the fact that they brought in someone was not surprising. Devontae Adams trade, I love the trade for them, and I think it's a good thing he's good thing he's a GM for them because they need some help, bro. Might as well put the chips all in the middle, bro. You might as well, bro, because you got Aaron Rodgers. You already committed to this. You already committed to this, bro. You already committed to Aaron Rodgers. You invested in it. You got 1 or 2 years. This is it. So you might as well make it fucking happen, bro. Devontae Adams is that guy. They have a connection with each other. The same way that he had with Lazard. You see, he threw that Hail Mary. That was insane. Imagine if Devontae Adams was on the team too, bro. And then you got Garrett Wilson. There's no way the offense isn't going to be good. The defense is I ain't gonna lie. The defense kind of been underachieving. But Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's a good thing. I'm here. I'm here for it, bro. Like I'm here for it. Power to the players.
That was not a connection. A Hail Mary.
Underachieving.
A Hail Mary.
Underachieving. The defense could be better, in my opinion.
How many points have they given up the last two games? Like 20 each? Like, bro, Aaron Rodgers threw a pick six. Aaron Rodgers, the defense is doing so good. Aaron Rodgers has to throw touchdowns for the other team, bro. What are you talking about? Look, this is insanity. First of all, Aaron Rodgers was over the hill before he got to New York. All right, he was already cooked. That's why he got hurt 4 plays into it. What he's doing this year is a complete travesty, bro. Like he really is trying to be the LeBron of the NFL, and kind of like LeBron in the NBA. It ain't really working being a GM slash player slash coach. Getting Robert Saleh fired 4 or 5 weeks into the season makes no sense, especially after a game where you just threw multiple picks. Then what do you do the first game after he's fired? Throw multiple picks and lose again. So then what do? Trade for your best friend? Like, get the fuck out of here. Aaron Rodgers is playing Madden 25 in real time, bro. This is his online franchise right now. Like, and we're all just witnessing it. And I can't believe any Jets fan out there, I feel sorry for y'all too. I hope you're not buying into the hope train. Like, Devontae Adams is not getting you to the Super Bowl. This isn't some groundbreaking trade. Scruff was talking about putting all your chips in. I guess because you've already committed to Aaron Rodgers like some fools, you got to put your chips in. But you're going to roll the dice and you're going to lose right here. So Devontae Adams,
on paper, what's the weakness though? What's the weakness of that team on paper?
The leadership.
On paper, there's not very many weaknesses. They told me Garrett Wilson was already a top 5 receiver back in training camp. But what I've seen on film and from throughout the season is that the Jets are a bottom 15 team. The Jets are not winning the AFC East, and they're probably going to hand the division to Josh Allen and the Bills, who just traded for Amari Cooper, which is a wide receiver trade that will actually boost some playoff wins and potentially make the Bills more of a contender. But what the Jets are doing, man, this is just attention grabbing, typical New York team media tactics, man. Like, we just lost on Monday Night Football. Last week we lose. We in London. We fired a coach. This week we lose on Monday Night Football and we trade for a receiver. And they just want attention.
Go ahead, T.
Now on paper, Scruff, this trade works, right? Wilson becomes a number 2. You have 2 really, really talented running backs. You have a capable tight end, and you should have a veteran quarterback that can lead you. I think that's the problem. I think the leadership is the problem. If Russ is washed, why isn't Aaron Rodgers? If Russ is washed, why isn't Aaron Rodgers washed? And the only
because Aaron Rodgers at his prime. Come on, bro. We not.
And he's not in his prime. We're not. Both aren't in their prime. But somehow
they're not. They're not even comparable players, bro.
See, how do you want better? If Russ is washed, how is Aaron Rodgers not washed? How is Aaron Rodgers even allowed this level of power within the Jets organization? What has he done?
He won MVP Super Bowl 2 years ago, bro. What are you talking about? 2 times. Did he win 2 of them?
He won the last one. At what age is he? What age did he win it at?
That was shit 2 years ago, bro.
Bro, Aaron Rodgers has done nothing to earn the right to run the Jets organization.
Like 40, bro. What is you talking about? That's why he has the power to do that, because he did amazing shit with it, bro. He did shit that was amazing. That's unheard of shit, bro.
Amazing. He didn't win.
Winning the MVP is unheard of.
Winning the MVP at 40 is an accomplishment, bro. If LeBron won MVP this year, that would be fucking huge, bro.
No, that's basketball. That's basketball. Much more of a grind. I don't care about empty stats.
It's even better in football, bro, because you got a 40-year-old playing NFL football with all these fucking athletic dudes, fucking combine after combine, bro. And a 40-year-old dude won the MVP.
Don't mean nothing.
2 of them
getting your coach fired and trading for your best friend.
40. He went on MVP at 40 though.
How old was he? He was damn near 40.
He's like 37.
Now. He's 40 now. So
he was like 37 when he was.
He was like 38. That's close.
Hey, listen. I'll be 40 next year. There's a huge gap.
See, you ain't winning no MVPs, my boy.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers ain't winning no
that really
MVP
summarizes
either.
it, bro.
Tell them, don't tell them that you pull out the trophies. See, tell them you got
Hey,
a trophy.
you closer to Russell Wilson than you is Aaron Rodgers. I'll tell you that. That's the difference. That's why Russell Wilson is washed.
No, Aaron Rodgers is closer to Russell Wilson than you're
That's
realizing,
why
Scruff.
Russell
That's
Wilson
the
is washed,
difference.
man.
Hey,
Because
listen,
Aaron Rodgers won the MVP 2 years ago, and Russell Wilson was losing his job 2 years ago.
if Russell Wilson would have went to Denver and acted like Aaron Rodgers, he'd still be there. If he went there and said, "Get these coaches out. We running my offense. We doing things my," that's just not the
Bro,
person.
he did though. He did in Denver, and you know what they did? They paid him to not come back.
And that's what's about to happen with Rodgers, bro. Like they're 2-4. They're
No,
going
they're not gonna do
nowhere. You're
that.
trading for all your
That's
best
never gonna
friends.
happen with Rodgers, bro. It's never gonna happen with Rodgers, bro. It's
Rodgers-
never gonna happen, bro.
Rodgers has been trash this season, though, bro. I think we can all admit to that. Like he's not been good, bro. He's been.
He
bad,
bought out last
bruh.
night.
That
He
was
bought
probably his
out.
best game, and he threw a pick to end the game.
I mean, honestly, Mike Williams threw the pick. If you ask
Without
me,
that Hail Mary, this not even a conversation.
Right.
true. But now
Bro
you got
almost
Devontae
got Garrett
Adams, so
Wilson
let's
killed across the middle and shit.
Bro, he
Let's
got
see what
Mike
happens.
Williams killed. He got Mike
Yeah.
Williams killed on the interception.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about them boys, man. I think the Jets is cooked, man.
Yeah, man. The Jets are definitely cooked. There's no way they're winning the AFC East.
I don't think they could, bro. I think they make the playoffs.
Rome brought me to my next question, but I almost don't want to ask Rome this question. But my next question was going to be about the big name wide receivers that have recently gotten moved, and I was going to ask you, gentlemen, who will make the biggest impact on their new team, Devontae Adams or Amari Cooper? I know I don't have to ask Rome based on his answer earlier.
Hey, how old are these guys? How old is Amari Cooper? How old is it?
So Amari Cooper, I believe, is 28.
Okay.
And Devontae Adams, I believe, is 30. He's 31.
Yeah.
Cooper's only 28.
30. No, 30. He's 30.
Okay.
Amari.
Oh, my bad. 30 and 31. So Amari Cooper's 30, Devontae Adams 31.
Yeah, I'm out on Devontae.
My man just said, "Tell me their ages." I'm going with the younger one.
Hey, listen.
Hey, bro, but Amari, no, I'm sorry, Devontae Adams skipped a grade. All right, does that matter to you? I don't mean nothing.
No. Hey, listen.
Right,
when I told you when Julio was done, I told you when Hopkins was done. I don't like these old receivers.
Bro, he's far from a Julio, my boy. I was just at the Ravens game watching him play for the Raiders. I seen him make one of the best catches I ever seen with my eyes, bro. Direct eyes, not TV eyes, real eyes.
You must have been drinking Julio. Like that's crazy.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'm going with Devontae Adams, bro, because he got the connection with the quarterback, bro. I'm going with Devontae Adams for that reason. Plus, I believe the Bills are going to continue to spread the ball around and all that. I feel like,
Little context, though. Amari Cooper's having, his worst season of all time and leads the league in drops right now. Does that mean anything to y'all?
No, because he's playing with that guy in Cleveland who almost made me call him way out his name because he's having one of the worst QB seasons of all time.
So Deshaun Watson's the reason he dropping the ball?
Got lavender massage oil on the football. All right. Sometimes you need to change the scenery. I can't catch pass from a guy like that either. Can't.
Yeah, bro. The vibes are just all the way off. Cooper's never been known to drop no passes. All of a sudden, he's dropping them with Deshaun. Like,
all right. So
and much like Adams' hamstring is magically healthy all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's back with Rodgers, I think all of a sudden Amari Cooper with Josh Allen and contending for a Super Bowl, he'll start hauling them passes in.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it was a great big trade for the Bills, though. I admit, but I think Devontae is going to have a better impact.
I'm kind of split on this, but I think I lean Devontae Adams. I like the point you made, Scruff, that the cohesion that he's already kind of created with Aaron Rodgers. Bro, he's in Aaron Rodgers' crib. Did y'all see the Pat McCaffrey interview?
Yeah.
He's in this man's crib. He got traded 2 hours ago. How you with this man? What's going on, bro? Kind of funny shit are these guys on, man? It's already in his crib, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams, bro. Somebody's already in your crib. The moment they got traded, my guess is they've already worked on a few routes.
Hey, it's like the Jaden Daniels. It's like the Jaden Daniels Ayuk shit. Except shit didn't work out for y'all, but y'all would have loved it if Rome would have loved it if it would have happened for y'all.
Nah, facts. We need Ayuk right now, to be honest.
They'd be like, you would have been like, Jaden Daniels got too much power.
Shit, the way he's playing right now, man, give him the power. Give him the power.
When the last time somebody forced themselves off a team to where they wanted to go and it worked out?
Good question.
Anthony Davis for the Lakers.
This nigga Shaq.
A lot of times it works out for real.
I mean, it has worked out. It's
Works out a
tough
lot.
though.
It never works out, dog.
It's tough.
Never works out. Because if the team would have let you go, you wasn't worth keeping anyway, man. Let's keep it a buck.
True.
T.O. forced his way out of everywhere, and he kept being good.
He was good indeed.
He might have been forced out, right? He might have been forced out of everywhere. I don't know if he forced his way out. There's a difference between forcing your way out and being forced out. Forcing your way out.
I got it backwards.
I was like, yo, I gotta go. Being forced out is like, get the out of here. Right? Big difference, bro. Big difference. All right, man. I think we all about done with NFL here, man. We got some NBA topics we gonna run through real quick. Scrub, how y'all feeling?
Yeah, let's run a quick one, man. NBA coming up, man. You know what I'm saying? Good time to get your futures bets in. You feel me? I'm gonna run through the NBA MVP odds. You feel me? The favorite is Luka Doncic plus 375 odds. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 450. No, Joker, 475. Embiid, 4th, 850. Giannis, 11 plus 1100. Anthony Edwards plus 1200. Jalen Brunson plus 1400. Tatum plus 1800. Wembanyama plus 2000. And Ja Morant plus 3500. Now, I think every one of y'all pick. Tell me who y'all think is y'all MVP, period, and then who y'all think is a good value. You feel me? Oh, here's a couple other ones. My bad. Steph Curry plus 5,000. KD plus 8,000. Donovan Mitchell plus 9,000. Halliburton, Williamson, Trae Young plus 10,000. LeBron plus 2,000. 20,000. My bad. Shoot. That's pretty good odds for real. Well, yeah, who do y'all think is going to win MVP? And then who do y'all think is just a good floater bet for good value? Bryce, I'm going to start with you.
Y'all know the odds better. And I like how plus 2,000 for Wemby sounds. I really like that. I ain't going to hold you. That's the best one I heard out of anything you rattled off. Wembanyama showed me something last year. And you know how, like, every once in a while they give an MVP based off, like, yo, you win the MVP because you just did some shit no one's ever done. Like Russ Joint, you know what I'm saying? Russ had the triple doubles. He was like, all right, bro, yeah, y'all the 8th seed, but you just did some shit no one does. So we're going to give it to you. Like, say Wembanyama just averages some crazy block number, bro. Gets close to a, quadruple double in average because he's averaging 7.5 blocks a game or something. Then, like, bro, it's going to be hard not to give it to him. I'm definitely going to take him for defensive player of the year, but I really like that plus 2,000. As far as, like, who I think is the favorite to win the MVP, I'll go with Vegas. They give it to Luka. I'll give it to Luka. Sound good to me.
Good. I don't think Luka's going to win it, though. But, T, what you think?
Hey, I'm going to be a Homer Simpson, and I'm going to go Giannis. Revenge season. I feel like he wasn't even really considered last year. So I'm going to go Giannis. And for the long odds, I feel like it's about time they give it to a guard. It's not going to be Ja Morant. Script writers don't like him yet. Steph will be a good one. Brunson, I don't know, man. Brunson got cat now, so that's on the table. Brunson's on the table. I think it's going to be a guard. I don't know which guard, but if long shot, let's go Steph to finish his career with an MVP.
That'll be wild. I mean, they have revamped the roster. No more Clay. It could be interesting. Rome, what you think?
I mean, if I was gonna put my money on it, I would probably roll with Vegas as well and go with Joker. But my long shot, which I don't even know if I heard you say his name, was Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown
Not
actually has plus 20,000, same as
okay.
LeBron and Kawhi.
Okay, so he's right there with Brown. When y'all originally said long shot in the pre-show, man, I got to thinking and I was like, bro, he had the Olympic snub. Maybe he's just got that chip on his shoulder, the batteries in his back. Maybe this is the season where he undoubtedly says, "Yo, this is my squad. I'm the Batman on this team." But you know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes. But that's my long shot to win MVP.
Well, he is the MVP in my book for the court side, with Angel Reese and Kaiser, whatever her name is. You feel me?
Do you
For,
have
for
the
the,
odds on Ben Simmons?
not listed. Funny as hell, but so is he? I'll
Got
subscribe
dropped.
to that. I'll
He
subscribe
did
to
get
that.
dropped. He did get dropped by Kuzma, but he was cooking
Kuzma
with
shot an air ball.
plenty airball.
Oh man,
Two
but
claims.
yeah. Honestly, I don't know if this would consider a long shot, but I would say it's a long shot. Ish. I think Anthony Edwards is a great value here at plus 1,300 because they just got rid of Cat and it's about to be the Anthony Edwards show. You feel me? Like they said basically, like they handed him the keys. You feel me?
The problem with Ant though, Ant for MVP, is that all Ant and I love Ant. Probably one of my favorite players, not my favorite player in the league right now. But Ant is just a scorer for real. You know what I'm saying? He's a defender too. He'll strap up, like, you know what I'm saying? But he's really a scorer as far as the stat sheet goes. And he only really averages like 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? And if you a scorer,
last year,
you a scorer, you got to put up 32 to win MVP, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And can he do it? I think so. But I think that team is built in a way where it's so well balanced from a scoring perspective. I don't see Ant averaging 32. Maybe taking Cat off the roster. But now you got Julius Randle, who's a high volume shooter. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's a lot. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, I love Ant, but I don't know if I can see him putting up 30 this year per game. But if he can put up 30, then I think he got a shot at it.
Yeah, we'll see. That's a good one. And another one out there is John Morant, man. I know you said the script writers don't like him, T, but plus 3,500. This man was in the MVP conversation prior to picking up guns and toting them on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So he was doing very well for himself, bro.
Hey, gave the Joker a movie, so anything.
Yeah.
They could write a good script for a villain.
But yeah, man, we'll see. NBA season is gonna be a good one. Start kicking off next week. You feel me? We're gonna get into the teams and all that stuff at a later date. For now, we'll just leave you with that. Yeah, I think we could. What you think, fellas? I think we did a good job today, right?
Yes, sir, man. Each and every time we do this, we do a good job, fellas. That's why we're the best sports show on the planet, man. If you ask me, at least. My grandma.
Hey, who y'all liking that Super Bowl rematch before we get out of here? KC and San Fran.
KC. You already knew I was picking that. I'm coming for y'all on that pickup, by the way. I've been 5 straight weeks. I've been coming crazy.
You just reminded me, man. We got to shout out Hansel. Bro almost went 13-0 last week. I think he was 12-1. He's going on a run in the pick'em. But Scruff, yeah, the last month though, I think Scruff has been going crazy as well.
I am proud of Hansel. At some point, Daniel's son always passes Miyagi, but not yet.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Miyagi. All right.
I'm pretty sure he's number 1 right now, ain't he? In the pick'em.
Yeah, he up right now. I had a week where I missed a few picks. I didn't pick. That's never gonna happen again. I think I killed y'all boys again this week. Listen, man, if you wanna be elite in the pick'em, them little 7s and 8s ain't gonna cut it no more, man.
Yeah, you gotta get double digits.
That's facts. I was looking at that shit. I was like, bro, I'm out here getting 8 and 9, and I'm 4th. Like, that's crazy.
The bar has been raised, bro. Last year we was getting them 6s and 7s off, and we was winning.
Hey, I'll say this though. I'll say this, man. It's a very long season, gentlemen. It's a very long season, man. The thing I love about numbers is they always correct themselves, man. The numbers always correct themselves, man.
Hey, man. Hey, the Pick'em is fun this year. Shout out to Big Shirley for winning the Survivor League. She's still picking. That's pretty incredible. But I got some people that actually want to join the Pick'em next year. So I think the Pick'em's growing, and I think what we doing with Gas fantasy wise is, what I'm saying, above reproach. You know what I'm saying? It's the top of the top.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm also up being that Gas League too. Y'all don't like to talk about the Gas League no more because I'm on the throne.
My team trash in that joint for real.
Gas League is tough. It's 14 teams, bro. Like, it's the gauntlet. It's a straight gauntlet, bro.
Tough for who?
I'm 3-3, so I like
I've had a tough year for injuries, bro. Tough.
Hey, what did Chris
year.
did Chris lose? Scribb was undefeated the first like 5 weeks in that shit.
He's still undefeated. He's still undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you guys just get the playoffs. You get into the playoffs in the Gas League, that alone is an accomplishment. All right, that's how I view it. I'm just trying to get in the playoffs. Never know what can happen.
That's a fact in the Gas League. You just got to get there. So
you got to get there, bro. You think how you get there? Because, first off, there's so few players available that if one of the players comes from the team you playing, you might just get you easy W, bro. Because there ain't no bench players out there. Dog.
Nah, it's definitely left.
If you need a free agent receiver, you're done. Good luck.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Running back?
bro.
Boy, Tyrone Tracy was gone from the moment he broke 50 yards and somebody picked him up.
Bro.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, they vicious, bro.
The league's so crazy. You can't even afford to make trades that might benefit you. Like, because you just don't know. Like, I mess around, trade for a play, he get hurt.
Right. It's the only league where I actually check my waiver wire status. I'd be like, what? Waiver? God damn it. I ain't getting nobody this week. I ain't getting nobody, bro.
No, that's facts, man. It's a deep league, bro. It's a deep league.
I mean, eventually I'd like to set up a EFL versus Gas or EFL versus Big League type situation, but that's in the future. The EFL's inaugural year, that's what I'm saying, it's going to take off a little bit. Right now we got girls and kids winning, so we know where we need to be.
Hey, man, I'm rocking with the EFL, man. I'm in a good spot right now, but that's another tough league, man.
A lot of talent in that league. Except me and Mark.
Yeah, y'all boys in the dumps, man. It's the first time I've seen Big Shirley in the dumps too, man. You Big Shirley on top, bro. It's tough going, man. But I'm trying to come out on top in that league. But I got to win a couple more first place for the week, man. I love them $25 payouts. I like that.
People asking for money early now. It's a little disrespectful.
Oh, for real? That's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, well, good stuff tonight, fellas, man. Y'all know how we end each and every show.